In this video, we are going to discuss ways to determine who your audience is for your application and how to best tailor your documents to speak to them. Why do you need to make sure you're speaking specifically to your audience? Above all else, you want to demonstrate that you're a part of their industry and their work culture. As you develop your resume, be clear about what the document is for. Ask yourself the following questions. Who is the audience or the reader for my resume? Next, consider what your reader needs to understand about you. The resume is your chance to show that you've tailored your content to their needs. What is relevant to this particular position? You have many useful skills, a lot of knowledge, and singular qualities developed through a range of involvements. Tell this individual employer which of those skills fit this position. How you fit with this position. What unique contributions can you offer? A resume is an indicator to the reader of your ability to reflect on your background, to draw relevant conclusions, and to effectively communicate the aligned skills and experience you possess and the context in which you've used them. The most persuasive resumes are those that go beyond simply listing the duties of a position. They also make meaning of your experience. The Career Center recommends that you develop what we refer to as a master resume. This will be a document that can be any length and will contain all of your experiences and their full descriptions. You can then select the most relevant information to include in subsequent versions of your resume. Remember that your application documents are persuasive in nature. Be specific when describing yourself and what is attractive about the company. Provide relevant examples to support your claims. To be a competitive candidate, the organizations need to see three major aspects of you: your strengths, your motivation, and fit with the organization, program, or industry. This is true throughout the application process, whether you are networking, writing your resume, CV, or cover letter, during an interview, or while negotiating an offer. Let's look at each of these areas in more detail. Your strengths are what you bring to the position. On a resume, this chiefly includes your various skill set and your knowledge base. You may also have important experiences that you will draw upon. Lastly, your education is a great asset, both the degree you're earning and your specific courses. Strengths are also reflected on your resume in providing evidence of your skills in use and impactful outcomes. In a resume, you can add details to show that you have had in-depth experiences similar to what you would do at a future job or internship. You can also showcase multiple experiences that use the same skills or in the same industry over time, or perhaps for a long period of time. Even if you don't have direct experience in that field, you certainly have transferable skills that are relevant. Plus, experience can be anything including full-time jobs, to student organizations, to coursework, to class projects, or hobbies. Additionally, you can emphasize dedication or passion in a field through your resume. If you have sought out experience outside of your usual work as an undergraduate, it can demonstrate that you are passionate about this field and that you are willing to go above and beyond to gain skills and experience. A critical piece of the puzzle is fit. Fit can involve a company's mission, work environment, the team dynamics, how they approach leadership, or any other number of factors. It is important to understand the company's culture and how you might fit with the organization. Do your research and check the fit between your own preferences and the organization's behaviors, relationships, attitudes, values, and environment. There are various sources of information that can help you find some of these important details when researching an industry and company. You can look at the opportunity posting for a blurb about the company, their official website, Google News, CareerBeam, Career Connections, Hoover's, and the Duke Library Guide. We have provided links to these resources below. If you know anyone in the industry or at that company, you should also talk with them about this information. As you are doing your background research on the company or institute, here are some questions that can help guide you. What type of work does the company do? Do you connect with these projects in any way? Most importantly, throughout this process, keep asking yourself, what about these details is exciting to me? When you draft your resume, you want to be able to show that your experiences overlap with the type of work they do and the type of work environment they've fostered. This is a great way to showcase your fit with the organization or company. On a resume, you can convey your fit in indirect ways that take the reader's expectations into consideration. The formatting and tone of the resume should match what is expected in that industry or company. You can also demonstrate fit with the type of content and experiences you put on your resume. The language you use in your resume should match the language used by that industry. It demonstrates that you know the vocabulary you would use on a regular basis in that position. Check profiles on LinkedIn and ask at informational interviews if people would be willing to share their resumes so that you can see how people describe themselves and their work. Additionally, many industries and organizations currently use an Applicant Tracking System, or ATS. An ATS is a computer algorithm that filters out applications that don't contain particular keywords directly from the job posting. Not only will using keywords in your resume emphasize your fit for the position, but they will also help you get through some of the initial screening steps of the application process. A great way to learn about the industry expectations is through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a fantastic resource because it is, in effect, a searchable database of people's resumes. Search for people in the position or field you're interested in and read their profiles. How do they describe their job? What are phrases that stand out or that sound like they are used in a specific way to that industry? Target your documents effectively by looking closely at the position description. While we do this more in depth in an upcoming video, we can start by skimming the position description to understand the field better. This description is for a project manager at the publishing company Elsevier. It uses terms like customer experience, product design, business planning, outcome, and customer satisfaction. Each of these phrases appears to be an important part of the job, so it's important to describe your experiences in these terms whenever possible. In summary, before you draft your documents, identify who your audience is. Talk to people in the field or read their online profiles to see how they describe their work. What words do they use, and what is the tone of their descriptions? Consider how people emphasize their strengths, motivation, and fit. Using this information, you'll have a better understanding of what your audience is expecting to see in your application documents. Thank you for your time and attention. Should you like to contact the Career Center further, please do so at the website and phone number on the screen.